All right, so we're part 2 of relations and mappings. This is 1.6. So we just finished up with the 3 representations of our relation, table, graph, and then the domain and range. So we're going to talk about mappings next. What is a mapping? Highlight that. Mapping is a visual representation of how each element in the domain pairs with the range. And an element is just a number in the relation. So a number in the domain or a number in the range. All right, so for example, if I give us the relation -2, 4, -1, 4, 0, 16, 1, 8, 2, 4, and then that's the end of that one. A mapping literally just takes whatever's in the domain, whatever in the range, and lists them out vertically. If there are repeats, you just have to put it once. So we have a -2, -1, a 0, a 1, and a 2 for your domain, all the numbers in the x values. Your ranges were 4, another 4, I'm not going to put that again, 6, 8, and then another 4. So I'm not going to put that again. Oh, it was 16, right? And then what we get to do is map from the domain to the range. So a -2 went to the 4. So I'm just going to draw an arrow to that. The -1 went to the 4. The 0 went to the 16. The 1 goes to the 8. And then the 2 goes to the 4. So you're just drawing a map of whatever numbers in the domain goes to the range. Okay, let's look at independent variables. I put in there, it's the domain. Or you put it on the x-axis. And I'm going to highlight this. Okay. Independent variables, I'm going to say they do not depend on anything. I'm going to say they're put on the x-axis. It's what you put on the x-axis. I always like to say it's what's used to find the numbers in the range, or the y-axis, I guess we could say. And then let's look at dependent variables. I'll highlight that. Dependent variables are your range put on the y-axis. So this depends on what you use. Put on the y-axis. It's what you're trying to find every single time. So if I give us an example, let's say Buffalo Wild Wings is having a special. So let's say if you buy, oops, not that buy, B-U-Y, a soda for $2, you can get wings for 80 cents a piece. Wow, that looks like a hot mess. There we go. Okay, so if we were to set up a table here, what we're using, what we're interested in is like, okay, well, how many wings do we actually have? The cost or the dollars that we spend depend on how many wings that we actually get. So I might even put that down. Okay, so if I were to set up a table here, I can do what ifs. Like, what ifs I buy my wings, the number of wings, this will tell me how many dollars I have. So like if I buy 0 wings, I still have to buy that $2 soda. If I buy 1 wing, it would be $2.80. 2 wings would be $3.60. I'm using the number of wings to find out how many dollars I spend. Okay, so if I'm using it, that's my independent. And what I'm trying to find is your dependent. What I'm trying to figure out, where my dollar amount was my dependent. And so if I were to graph this, I always put my independent on the x-axis. So I'm always going to put like my number of wings. What am I using? And what am I trying to find? What am I interested in? I'm looking at my dollar amount. Okay, so that goes on your y-axis. And even if you look at your sentence here, we'll get a different color. The dollar spent depends. Okay, it even tells you your dollars depends on that. And then the number of wings. Okay, so it's telling you the dollar spent depends on the number of wings. So the dollar spent is your dependent and your number of wings is independent. Okay, I think that's it for right now. You do have an assignment on 1.6 relations. Next video notes will be on 1.7 functions and function notation.